It is Magic Monday, and I want to show you a cool magic trick that you can do at home, and then you can use it to impress your friends. So it uses a deck of cards. Now here's the trick, and then I'm going to show you how the trick is done. We're just going to go through and remove one card at random. Well, let's go with another ace. We'll go with the ace of diamonds. What we're going to do is we're going to put the rest of the cards back inside the card case. Watch closely. All we do, we take the ace of diamonds and we try and balance it so that it's balancing just on its edge like this. And you can see it's balancing on its fine edge there. Now, but it gets cooler. Look, we're going to take the ace of diamonds and try and balance it on its fine edge. Now if we take the card case, here's the cool part, we try and balance the card case on top of the ace of diamonds right on its very fine edge. And that, my friends, is a little piece of card magic. And now this is reset and ready to go again. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm going to show you how to do it and how to make this gimmick. Follow me. So how's it done? All that you need to have is a deck of cards that has a white border, because that's going to disguise the gimmick that we're about to make. In here, hopefully you can see this, I'm going to take out our gimmick card, which is the ace of diamonds, which from the front and the back looks pretty normal. On the back here it's got a flap, and the flap opens like this, like a letter T, and then when it closes you can't see it. Just the finger holds it closed, and then if you let go, it kind of pops open. So when I go to put this on my palm and balance it, all that happens is my thumb, as I stand it on my palm, my thumb goes under and pushes this open so that it stands like this. When I grab the card, I simply pull that letter T, that flap, in with my thumb so that then I can turn it around. The gimmick this bit here does not come all the way to the edge of the card, and there's a reason for that. When this is open, the angle of the spectator would see this flap. Imagine that flap is up here instead of, you know, a few millimeters back from the edge. You would see that flap card. We're going to take a bicycle card like this, and using a pair of scissors like this, we're simply going to cut off the white border. And what that will give us is the center that looks like this. Now you then turn this over and you place a ruler, actually a rule, I guess the plural is ruler, but you place a rule in the middle of the card like this, and then using a craft knife, a really sharp X-Acto knife, you are going to score down the middle. Really careful that you don't cut through the card. That's really important. If you cut through this card, then the gimmick's done. And then score down there just very gently a couple of times until you can easily fold the card in the middle. Now, the reason that we want to score the card with a knife and not just simply fold it is because by scoring it, we are cutting through the top few layers from the face of the card, but we're not cutting through the back, which means that when we go to fold it, you will get a nice clean fold. So if we look at our gimmick, you can see that that fold line doesn't really show. If we were to fold the card like this and press it down, then not only is that gimmick not going to be loose enough to use, but also you are going to see a bigger crease mark down the middle. Once you've got this made and you've cut it out, cut the white border off and scored the middle, you are then going to put double-sided sticky tape on one side of this flap. Now you can use glue as well. I just prefer to use double-sided Scotch tape because it's easier to apply. I'm going to show you how to do this. You simply take the Scotch tape, you break off more than the length of the card, and you place it on the middle right where the crease is right there. So here's the Scotch tape running right along this crease. You are then going to apply another piece to the other side right along to this side right along this edge. Take a pair of scissors and cut off the excess tape. So we've cut off the excess tape, so I don't know if you can see that on camera, but this bit is now sticky and this bit isn't. And you line this sticky edge up with this back design. So we're simply going to line it up like this and then press this down like that. Because you put the score in the card, you'll have a nice flat card like this, that's stuck on this side, and that if you hold on this side looks perfectly normal. So that's it. That's how to make the gimmick. You simply take the card, show the front and back, and then as you place it on your hand, the hand here simply pops open the gimmick by pushing in with the thumb like this. So I'll show you from this angle. It just pushes in and then it places it on the hand. So you show the front and the back. You then put your thumb inside and just put it open as you balance it on your hand. Now at this point it's balancing. You can turn slightly this way. Don't go too far or they'll see the flap. But if the audience is in front of you looking this way, you can go slightly this way and you can go slightly this way. Oops, my bad. You can go slightly this way and slightly this way, and it looks about there, and it looks like the card is balancing. Now, when you grab the card, as you grab it like this, you simply close the flap, so it looks like a regular card. Now, that's the first part of the routine. The second part is that you can balance something on top. Now, this is a little trickier, and it takes a little bit of a knack, but I'm going to show you how that works. We're going to engage the gimmick and open it up like this. Now if I want to balance something on top, if I try and balance like this, because this gimmick is a couple of millimeters or half a centimeter lower than the edge, when I go to balance this on top, it's going to slide off the back. So what we have to do when the card is balancing and I put something on top, we have to tip the hand forward slightly. Now by tipping the hands forward slightly, it puts the card off balance, but by applying this object to the top, it now makes the object level. Ever so slightly, you're going to tip the card forwards. Not much, just ever so slightly, and find the balance point. If I show you this from the front, it looks kind of cool. So here's the card, we put the card box on, and then we let go, and the card box balances on the playing card, which looks kind of cool. You can then grab this and throw it off. And actually, by the way, it's a little easier if you put this card along the line of where the fingers meet the palm. So rather than being here, if you put it in this part here where the fingers meet the palm, you're going to find it a little easier to balance the object on top. But once you start finding the balance point, you're going to find it pretty easily. Now at this point, you can grab here and you're going to grab this gimmick but keep it open like this, so that essentially you can pass this from the left hand to the right hand while still balancing the object. So that kind of looks like this. Here's the gimmick. We've got the card box on top balancing there, like this. We grab here, see it's still balancing. From the front it looks like this. And then we take this off and close the gimmick and show the back. You can go ahead and open up the box, put the card back in the middle of the deck, and you are reset and ready to do this again. Now, one more point. Obviously from where you are, you're seeing the gimmick here. So when you're performing this for a lay audience or for a real audience, make sure that you're at their eye level, and make sure this is slightly higher than their eye level, because if it's lower, they're going to see the flap. But if it's slightly higher, just a little bit, you can't see the flap. That's the gimmick. I'm Matt Johnson. Click on this subscribe link right here and get my videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bye for now.